introduce us a little bit of your research and let us know what is the limit of your research focus. So then after your mini explanation,
Ini FGD dengan
we will
Leon,
leave you with the students for the bonus purpose.
temannya Johannes dari Johannes Sapska, Jerman.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm Leon, and I'm a student from Bielefeld University, that is in Western Germany, the east of the West. And I study sports science and English to become a teacher. And I thought it would be really interesting for me to have a different countries' perspective on the sport, especially because in Germany we are a high migration country. So I have a lot of students, and I always made experiences with that in my internship that have a Muslim background. So we are 7% Muslim society in Germany, and that's also a part why I'm really interested in how you do sports over here and how you manage it, because it is from big interest for myself. What I want to say about my topic, first of all, to the students, do not hesitate to ask me.
Yes, students.
Don't care about the language. English is also not my first language. So I'm also not a native speaker.
Same with us.
Yeah. And I won't grade you anyway. So you won't get a grade of me. So you can just participate even if it's wrong language and so on. And for my master's thesis, that's why I'm here. I do research for my master's thesis actually, and it is an ethnographically approach. It means I need informants instead of interviews because I want the neutral perspective on it. I don't want to say we do it like this. This is the better way. No. I want to know how you do it, just because I can learn from that. And as well, we have a ongoing debate in our society. That means feminism is represented more, gender equality is represented more, and also pushed by the politics. We have several amount of women who have to be in official positions, and so on and so forth. And that's a debate which is going on in our country so far, but we're still not equal. And we did a few steps in a way that we can say. There is a development at least. And I want to find out which interest groups stand on which side of the debate over in Indonesia. And I already had discussions with people from the sports science faculty, with the media and communication students. I picked students from different areas of research. So I have a wide spread of different opinions, and might be interesting in the end. What people from different from different faculties will say about the same topic.
Okay.
I mean, in the end, I want to know what is controversial about women's sport, maybe what is established, if there was a change over time, and that is it. And the theory I use for my thesis is Michael Foucault, and the Sosiologi of sport. Female bodies were historically constructed as weak. So in Germany, we have these stereotypes still. And what I figured out is that 96% of the media covers men's sport. I mean, there is no point in saying men and women should compete against each other. That's for me not the point, but it's just not covered. So even if there would be interest because of women who want to watch other women on television, it's no chance, because it's only 4% coverage of the media. And in Germany we had this. This is part of my lecture I gave at the sports science faculty. That we had it that women were disciplined for a long while through norms and medical rules, so they had to be caregivers and so on and so forth. But as an introduction for the topic, I think that will be enough, because I want to keep it simple. I would go on with questions we can discuss now in class concerning the topic of women and sport in Indonesia, because that's the aim, and we might can discuss a few questions. I will put that away because my questions are like just a Word document, so it's a bit confusing if I leave it over there. I just ask you the questions, or would you like to see the questions actually?
Yes, of course.
Better to see them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you want to stand or sit? I think it's up to you.
No, that's all right.
Standarnya di sana memang berdiri.
Di
sana.
Oh, different.
Okay. Cannot see it, but maybe I do it again. I don't know if you want to see the questions on the screen because it's a guideline. I don't know if it's.
I think it's fine if you want to show the question up there.
It's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's better that way.
It's better to show them because they can forming how to answer your question.
So just ignore the first part. I already said that, but I can still say I really enjoy my stay in Indonesia.
Good to hear that.
I enjoy the food. I enjoy the people. You are really friendlier than the German people are. You're very helpful people. In Germany, they are all very straight and serious and all in a hurry. I would say that. But first, the first question, which is very important for me, was what is the first image or memory that comes to mind when you guys think about women and sport? So the first thing in your head, what is?
Kalau teman-teman dengar woman in sport, apa yang terlintas di pikiran?
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, please raise your hand, sir.
Oh,
Yes. Please don't mind if I take notes,
Yes.
because for me that will be necessary.
Everyone, please, kalau kalian mau talk, be confident that she's talking. Kalau if you confused, you can speak in bahasa and I will translate it for you guys.
Jadi,
So,
ya, sekarang si Leon sedang konsen home. Kalau ada yang dicatat sama Leon, udah usah merasa insecure. Ya, jadi
Spontaneously, because I always ask them in different departments of your university, so I might formulate some a bit different. Please don't be confused. But the first question can be exactly like it is. So, what is the first image or memory that comes to your mind when you think about women and sports?
I think Sophie want to answer. Okay, Sophie.
I think the first
First of all, introduce yourself. So, Mr. Leon, I know your name, Sophie.
So my name is Sophia Andi, and I think the first image or memory that comes to my mind that thing about women and sport is awesome. Because bisa aku pakai mana?
Iya, boleh.
Karena aku sendiri juga melakukan sport itu. Aku ngikut olahraga rafting.
Yeah, pelan-pelan. So she is also the one who is doing sports. She is joining rafting. Rafting.
Water rafting.
Water rafting.
Okay.
Silakan dilanjut, Sob. Udah itu aja. Oh, oke. Other, please. Boleh bahasa Indonesia? Silakan. Ayo.
This country, maybe that thought would be interesting. I mean, you can also, if you introduce yourself, tell me which sport you are doing. That is nice. That is nice to hear, because I can use that for my thesis as well. But if you think about women and sports in this country, especially, what you then think?
Jadi kalau teman-teman silahkan jelasin kayak misalkan kalian doing sports, kalau itu sport apa, dan secara garis besar kalau kalian lihat olahraga di Indonesia, posisi perempuan lah di dalam olahraga di Indonesia itu seperti apa?
I'm going to state that about something that Indonesian country, my culture, is about the rules from government. So our government have a lot of department and a lot of the rules that the main idea, the main course, the main rules, the main person is always main. You like football, like in Germany, like Bayern Munich, Schalke, and this stuff.
Yeah.
In our country, if you have a woman inside, it's like football. It's not like same in the Western area, because of in our country, maybe the the first person that doing anything in sport always men.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same in Germany.
Yeah.
As I said, like 96% of the
In Germany,
media.
yes, the referee is woman. Is no problem. But in our country, there is no rule that
Okay.
woman like the referee in the general sport.
Okay. So there are some rules that they cannot really be
Yes.
on it. Yeah. Okay.
But Kiki, can I give some insight? Okay, I'll tell you about my personal experience during my time in the high school. It's around maybe 10 years ago. So I came from a small village at the time, and my school is a Islamic school based madrasah. And there is a uniqueness about my school at the time. First, usually madrasah was led by the male cleric, but in my school, it was led by the female clerics.
Yes.
She already passed away years ago. The second thing is, at that time in my village and around my village, it
How
was
was your village called?
what?
How was your village called? The name of the village?
Oh, the name is Payaman.
Payama.
Yeah.
Payaman?
The district of
Lamongan.
Lamongan in East Java. It's 2 hours from here.
Ah.
Yeah. So at that time, it's quite common at that time for a woman to marry in the early age. So after they finish junior high school, they already getting married, either by forcefully or by voluntarily. And then many of the school didn't accept them to join in the senior high school. But my school accepted them. So many of the wife came to my school, studying there, and also become athlete.
Oh.
Yeah, in the volleyball, in the ping pong at the time. That happened, I think, when I was still in the high school. But I don't know about now the current situation. But I think in this contemporary situation, because you already mentioned the situation about the sport and women in the Muslim world, right? In Indonesia, the issue about the women in sport, in my opinion, is not as difficult as in the Middle East country. For example, like a few years ago during the ASEAN Games, yeah, there are several female athletes won the medals, either gold medal or silver medal. And there is a one famous clerics at the time gave them gift because they win the sport event. The gift can be in form of money and also a free pilgrimage to Mecca. So, in terms of the regulation and political, maybe there are several difficulty for the female athlete. But in terms of the religious issue, I think in Indonesia, the participation of women in the sport is still open and it's accepted. Yeah, that's just my insight regarding this issue.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Is there anyone else who could say something about it or has an opinion or different insight? Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
please.
And I think I'm gonna add up like a little bit more of Mr.
Adin.
Yeah, Mr. Adam's explanation before, because I was also growing up in a small island.
Can you spell your name for me?
It's Aeamy. Yeah, I'm Amy. Sorry for not introducing
Amy?
myself first.
A-M-E?
Y. Amy.
A-M-Y.
Yeah, yeah. It's a normal thing. Yeah, since I also growing up in like a small island next to Bali, which is Lombok, so the majority of the people there is Muslim, and I also growing up in Islamic school, I can say. And if you ask me in like a deeper level of myself, what comes first when I try to remember about women in also sports. Back then, especially in my religion, it also very important for us as women to do sports. But there are some limitations, if I can say. The thing that I want to highlight here, especially about the clothes that women wear, we kind of have to like close most of our body parts and not able to wear like a tight suit or whatsoever. And I find it really interesting because as we're doing sports, we kind of have to like move a lot, right? But it's really hard for us if we like wear the baggy clothes instead of like the tight ones. It kind of like limiting our moving space, if I can say. So yeah, that's the first thing that comes up to my mind when you ask me.
It's a clothes problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It might seems like
yes, of course.
it might seems like not too highlighted, but like as what I feel growing up, that's the first thing that really irritates me. And we cannot do sports in like too public space, right? Because as a woman, as a Muslim woman especially, we have to like have this boundaries with men especially. And all of my sports teacher and my friends while doing sports are mostly women, so sometimes we kind of have that limitation to like interact. So.
Okay, I will give you context maybe, Leon. In Indonesia, there are several schools that are Islamic schools. They are not forcing, they have rules that women cannot wear a tight clothes. That's happened in any school. So
Yeah.
that's why she needs to wear by this school.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the context.
Thank you, but your English was very, very good. I understood everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can go on with the second question, I think. Or does anyone wants to say
Ada yang mau
another thing about it?
there?
You can also say something more about it, but we can also go on. I mean, it's somehow connected, both questions, but how was or did it have an impact on the participation in sports? So maybe in the free time or in the university time or in school, that some women didn't participate because of clothing or because of some regulations. Was it like that only a few women do sports then because they say, okay, fine, then I just don't try because it's annoying maybe, or is it, or does it not play a role? Do women just do normally sports even if there are those restrictions?
Gimana guys? Ada nggak yang?
As we know that we in other countries we still can see other girls or other women doing a football, right? But it's kind of, some of my friends are really into football, but they can't do that sport in our schools because of that rules. Maybe that's what I experienced.
So the support was in contact sport, maybe let us say contact sport first, not given. So was more like, what were the sports you could do then? What were?
Because my school is also Islamic schools, like what Amy.
Gimana? Bahasa Indonesia mungkin?
Mungkin karena saya kan juga di sekolah Islam kayak yang kami dulu, karena dan in Islam there's a really
Jadi olahraga apa yang
kalau like swimming, but kalau berenang pun juga itu kita kayak shift saling gitu, saya pagi buat cewek terus sore.
Nah, if woman usually doing swimming, but there is a shift time special for women. So
Seperti saya, like I have never done about the football maybe. It is not habitual activities, but just for mood. If I have the mood, I will sport. But if I don't bad mood, I will not practice for the sport. So woman and sport selection. Woman will create about the sport like the gym, like sport is just for discuss, like just discuss, but it's not practically, continually, or sustainably. So this was not our identity, but it's just what just a symbolic, like maybe for trending in our social country.
So it's not part of the identity of
Yes.
women in this country. Yeah. Is there also a trend that a lot of young people go to the gym here? And is it like this? No.
I can answer that because I actually going to gym almost every day. So maybe I can answer this. Actually, what I see in the gym is there is a lot of women involvement in the gym because, but the thing is, the gym in Indonesia they also provide classes. And while women participation in gym, most likely they will join classes instead of doing the machine because there's a lot of men using the machine. So most of the women they doing classes, but there's also some of them who are also using machine or in the gym, but. The costume they use there is more not constrict like at school. So it's more strict and I think it's more likely the same with the gym in your country.
Okay.
So, but me as Muslim, I wear hijab, and I also find some students, my students going to gym, they also using. Normal clothes for sports. They are not forced to wear hijab or something.
That depends on the people's.
Depends on the people, and there is no judgment because this is also Surabaya is also big city. I cannot say it will be the same cases for other region in Indonesia, but here in Surabaya because I also attend to the gym, so I can answer it like that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll add. Yeah, right. That's different between the religion society and city society. I mean that watch the sport usually identic with the male gender. If we talk about a religion society and watch woman, it's not allowed to watch to do sport. Moreover, at the public area, if talking about the woman, with what depend with the religion. But if on on city on Surabaya, it's different because if at Surabaya, so the sport is identic with the male gender. I mean that woman is not sweet to do the sport. The what's like the power.
Powerlifting.
The power is for the men, not women.
So there's a different image. That's also part of the questions. We can link that now. There's a different image of body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although sometimes if I directly look at the woman doing the sport, it's interesting. But interesting activity. I mean that it's good woman to take a sport. Not all the women doing the sport. Okay.
Thank you so much. That was also very good for me. So that covers a lot of my questions already. So we also talked about it's easier talking with you than with the sports science students, to be honest, because you cover everything very quick. But I wanted to ask if there are any specific rules, dress codes, attendance requirements. Attendance requirements don't make sense, but dress codes, specific rules. So, I mean, Aceh probably would be a region where you would have a dress code for doing sports, obviously. But here you can always decide by yourself if you wear the hijab, if you do sport, or if not. Or is that fixed by someone else?
Jadi teman-teman mungkin ada yang mau share apa ada kayak batasan Kalian dari baik in Indonesia. Yeah, I will not great. Yeah, Indonesia I will okay.
Thank you. My name is Dela Nursafitri.
Dela.
Dela. Iya.
Oke. Jadi dulu itu di SMP saya itu nggak ada futsal cewek bis.
When she
Okay.
was in junior high school, there is no futsal for women.
Yes. Karena apa? Karena guru itu menganggap bahwasannya perempuan ini fisiknya lebih lemah.
Why? Because the teacher thinks that woman physical is weaker.
Kalau misalkan ada latihan-latihan tertentu itu bisa membuat ini si cewek ini tumbang gitu.
Oh, if there is some kind of activities that is harder, it will make the body of that woman is even more weaker.
Okay.
Padahal itu muridnya itu banyak yang berminat ke futsal, tapi dibatasi dengan hal tersebut.
But on the other hand, actually, the student itself, there's a lot of student itself who want to join.
Okay. Okay.
Dan di daerah saya juga masih ada orang tua yang beranggapan kalau semisal anak perempuan ikut futsal itu dianggap tomboy.
There is some parents also think if women are doing futsal, they are labeled as tomboy. Tomboy is a term when women are acting like a boy. Gak apa-apa. Tambah banyak yang dengerin
I was playing basketball, volleyball, and also karate.
Oh,
Ooh.
karate.
Some of them I won competition in Popda or 2SM or 2SM. Popda is Olympic National Sports Olympic.
She is an athlete.
Yeah, I got it.
And after that, finally my parents really happy and proud of me, and I feel like
Go Aura!
I'm so happy that my parents finally accept and support me.
You had to prove them wrong, right?
Yes. Wow, inspiration story.
Thank you. So first your parents didn't like you doing sports.
Because my parents think that I'm weak, and you know, if a woman is soft, we can be like this, but I prove them that I can do it.
Very good.
Kaget banget nih Rizky.
That is a cool story.
Inspiration story from Aura.
Next time, wait, hold it.
Someone else, or should I go on because you made like an introduction for the next question? So if there are unspoken expectations about how female or male athletes should behave, perform, or look like. So we already talked about like outfit, of course. Sometimes the outfit differs because some women might take off the hijab, some women do sports with the hijab. They decide how they do it, but are there other unspoken expectations? Like you also talked about the image of body, which was women are weak and soft, and men can do the things with the strength. But is there anything else about it during the sports? What is expected by people